Hello, hello, hello. Hey, it's your girl, Miss Mouthy, and thank you for tuning in this week. If you are a new set of lips, welcome. This is a podcast all about trans women of color here in the city of Detroit, narratives and experiences, and the allies that love and support us. And if you're a returning set of lips, hey, came back to pop your shit with your girl again. And so this week, I feel really good to be back in the studio. Um, I think I want to entitle this episode um, A Moment to Exhale, right? The year is wrapping up. We're getting into the holiday season. We're about to go into 2022. And for a lot of us, we ain't about to change how we be because we always say that with these false promises of the like New Year resolutions and shit like that. But for the people who really want to do that internal work and move forward and be a better sense of self, I think it was really important for me. Oftentimes, when I come on Mouthy, I'm very like nice in myself and just very humble. But today, that's not that. I feel like reflecting on this year, there has been a lot of things that I've either swept on the rug, I did not talk about, didn't want to address. Um, and in the season of giving, right? I wanted to give you all the truth. I wanted to give you all the shade. I wanted to give you all what the fuck you're asking for because, for one, it's imperative for me to not hold that shit in. I think the one thing I've learned this year about my mental health journey is how holding in these things that you can't get off because you don't want to come off combative or you don't want to come off as problematic and you just don't want to have those uncomfortable conversations. It's really important for me now not to have that. I think it's okay to create healthy boundaries, and we sometimes struggle. Well, I'll use myself. I sometimes struggle with that because healthy boundaries sometimes looking like telling a bitch, hey, this is where you get off at. um and wrap it in love. Everything I do, I'm a wrap it in love. But I am going to start letting people know exactly where to get off when it comes to me. So I'll do a weekend recap before I jump into all the shit that I feel like I don't even know. I don't even know if an hour is enough time. Okay, for all the shit that I felt like I endured this year and really just want to get off my chest on how people had me fucked up. Um, but with that being said, we are going to jump into the weekend. So this weekend I went out to Rail's birthday party. So little Scrappy West, it was his birthday. I adore him. We've been friends for a very long time on the scene. And so it was really good to be invited to his birthday dinner. We went to Black Rock and that was a real mixy set. That was a real mixy set. I hung out with people who I either hadn't seen in years or people who I've just met and people who I was familiar with but just don't simply fuck with. But it was a really good time. I'm glad he enjoyed himself. Then we did a costume change, went home and got ready for the bar, which we end up going to Backstreet to end the night. And so I wasn't going to the Acties by no means. So I ended up going to the club. It was really nice. It was fun. Um, shout out to Backstreet because I feel like Backstreet is really stepping their pussy up. Okay, they is out here giving y'all more space. The drinks was flowing. They got a VIP section, what I like because it makes it a little exclusive, right? Like when you see this VIP section, you start to think about um inclusivity. And so for me, it was really important to have that area to be able to sit the fuck down when your shoes get to hurting. But that was a good night. Everybody was in the building. I think I seen Crystal the Pistol in the building. Jay Fantasy was in the building. I seen some old people I had not seen in a long time. Like it was really cool. And so everybody was asking, like, oh, y'all is overdressed for the bar. Why are y'all so overdressed? And I think it's just one of those things of like low hanging fruit when it comes to like the Detroit like social scene. If you decide to want to go out and how you present to want to go out may seem, hey London, um, so how you see yourself going out and dressing for a night out might be over the top for some people, but that might be your regular degler. And so sometimes it makes me question about like what city I'm in because the bitches in Miami is bringing it. The bitches in New York is bringing it. So I'm not saying Detroit don't bring it, but I'm gonna say don't be mad at me when I pop out and I'm just and I got on my mean coat, honey, because I mean that's just what it is. But no, and we also had our event. We had our a warm, feastful Christmas event, and it was amazing. Everything that I felt like could go wrong did go wrong, but it still went off without a hitch. The girls who needed to be there was actually there. It was beautiful. We had a documentary film crew there that was like following behind us with our documentary that we're filming. Then I did Mouthy interviews while I was there. It was good to see so many ladies. And one thing in particular, there was a moment that had happened that really like broke my heart or like touched my heart when there was a young lady came and you could tell she was like had some substance abuse issues and she had some mental health challenges. And the one thing was that that event created space for her to show up in her wholeness and nobody bothered her. Nobody had asked the bartender or the people at the establishment to ask her to leave. She just was able to be herself. And so that is that was the highlight for me because it made me recognize this is why I do the work and this is why you step out of certain organizations that always want to center themselves around popular politics or pretty politics because what happens is we lose a majority of our people who may not fit that mold. It is okay to be around the problematic ass people. It is okay to have the people who got mental health challenges. It is okay with people who are facing substance abuse and have them in the space because they need those resources. So I was thankful that young lady was able to get a coat and a meal and some bus fare. She did get some bus fare. So um it was just really beautiful. So I just expect and anticipate next year's event to be bigger and better. Um I really love that it was a merge of me and my best friend coming together. So yeah, with that being said, I did not like a certain thing of like learning. Great thing. Let me say this. I am thankful to everybody who donated a coat, a winter essential, a dollar or a dime, okay, towards our event because that was grateful. I was very grateful for that. And I did not think as much people would support in the way that they did. So that made me feel really honored that people see my vision. They want to support my advocacy. And they see potential in how we want to reach people, right? It don't always have to look like organizations and fundraisers that's like black tie and things like that. Sometimes you got to do a little grassroots. Sometimes you got to get out here. You got to touch people, and every dollar counts. So it was really good to be able to get really good meals. So shout out to Chef Anthony for cooking all that amazing food. When I say, baby, when I say that food was so damn good, I couldn't even I couldn't imagine. Like I've been to plenty of events, Jamie, and I'm like, the food has been, it's the staple. But if the food not good, you just don't like it. Like, and it just ruins the kind of event. But when I say this food was immaculate, and then I like seen later that evening, he had another event with like Ludacris and them was in town. So he took a picture with Trina, and I was like, oh, now I understand why everybody making a big deal about your food and why your restaurant is so successful. But to say all that, there are people out here that will agree to like help the trans community and donate money or time or whatever, and then backtrack. And one thing I don't like about that is that it just really made me realize how people only want to contribute when it's in benefit of their well-being, right? So it's like, how can you be a part of the LGBT community or want to support the LGBT community and then turn around and take your donation back or want to not answer or whatever, but you expect all of our community members to go to your pharmacy. And one thing I just didn't like about how Nabil had really went about his business politics is that we spoke on the phone. You said you were going to give me the money, and you said, like, without a hitch, you got it. And then you just stopped answering. And I wanted to know what happened. Like, what happened? You watched my story on Snapchat every time I posted, but When I text and called you, you never answered. You never answered. So I just wanted to know where was the money for my girls? And so I think we have to do a better job of really following through when we actually commit to something. Yeah, because I don't really do well with, like, especially men. I don't do well with men saying they'll do one thing and do another. So with that being said, I went out to the club and had myself a good old time. And yeah, I just want to air out shit because this year has been a lot. So I first want to start with the big target at hand, the thing that people are always buzzing or throwing out as soon as they don't like me or as soon as I am no longer shy, quiet, or timid. Right? My child's father, this man, this person has really done a number, but we are no longer together, you guys. Please stop coming up to me asking me how he's doing. I don't know. Your guess will be better than mine. I want y'all to go find him, give him some loving words and encouragements and some mental health services. But I don't know what the hell that man is. I don't care what he is doing. So please stop. I know what you guys have seen on my trans life and on social media and Ellen and all those other places that y'all seen our story. But we are not together. Our daughter is about to be 6 years old. Let it go. It was a long time ago. And sometimes shit simply don't work out between two people. Um, Y'all already know about the custody battle. We still in that. He got disrespectful ass girlfriends. I really can't even understand how now you're in a relationship with someone who used to go on double dates with us. Like you used to go on double dates with this person and now you're dating them, and I think that is so hilarious, and she's so upset with me for no reason. Like if you are with my child's father after me, God bless, baby. Like I wish you nothing but the best because he is going to do a number on your ass as soon as you realize what is going on. So, I'm going to pray for that girl and her ability to be able to take 1, 2 steps. And on that, we're going to move right along. Oftentimes in our community, I've noticed the new lives and I've noticed everybody jumping on social media and all this cattiness. Like it's a lot of cattiness in the community. And one thing about this cattiness, it's always giving, I'm going to throw a rock, but I'm going to hide my hand. I'm going to say some foul and fucked up shit, but I ain't going to stand in it. No, I'm going to need y'all to start doing that. I'm going to need y'all to definitely start saying whatever it is that your discourse and discord with me is. Don't wait until you in front of my employer, i.e. my employer, which is the person who signs my check. Don't play with my money. Okay. Like there is a lot of girls that don't like me for whatever reason, which the main reason we all know boils down to the center of an eggplant or a dick or a penis, whatever. But a lot of times I don't even be checking for those guys that y'all mad about or y'all talking about. I really like to keep my pussy on private. That is one thing I definitely do. And so um I don't like the girls that's out here really saying like, oh, we don't got no problem. But every time you turn around, you're trying to make my life hell, literally hell. So, with that being said, we know it centers from guys in particular. And then y'all be wanting to beef with girls over guys who ain't shit. Like, why do you think I'm about to argue with you over a guy who won? Don't claim you. Don't claim me. Don't put no money in your pocket, nor do mine. He don't pay a bill over here. I'm not about to come out of my character for that. And it's simply it be this imaginary competition that y'all have in your head. I am not competing because y'all don't compare. I don't simply see it for none of y'all. There's not um too many girls in Detroit, and I'm saying it out of my mouth just so y'all never have to question it, right? Like I know y'all think Mouthy is so nice and she's so, but I'm very, very honest, okay? So you can hear it from my mouth. There's a lot of girls that I do not like, but I also can do my job. I can also be in spaces with y'all and see y'all and not see y'all. I can be friendly and cordial. I don't have to go out of my way. So I'm just saying disrespect me disrespect. So if I feel like you're being shady, malicious, problematic, or just simply disrespectful, I'm going to be disrespectful to your ass too. And I don't care how the cookie crumble. I don't care how who you go and tell. I don't care if you don't like me. that is fine. Like nothing about my life will change. I keep trying to like be nice and like understand y'all politics, but I simply don't give a fuck, my dear. Especially when you accuse me of being a thief. I am a lot of things, but I will never be a thief. Um, the only time I'm going to be stealing anything if it's one of you bitches men, okay? Let's start there. If I'm not stealing one, because I don't want y'all men, let's start there. Because I've seen them, probably had them, but no, the reality is I'm not a thief. So when y'all do these things of like insinuating somebody stole a funky ass $20 gift card, y'all got to understand, I don't even, $20, $20 goes shit before. That's gas. That's gas. That's not even gas. That's not even full tank. But it's just how simple you have to spend that real quick. That's spent in seconds. So stop doing little things like that. And then when people confront you about it, you're, oh, I didn't say that. I didn't do that. No, 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 no. Okay. So that she know who she is too. Like you're a problematic girl. We probably never gonna get along. The reality is you wanted to beef over me with a guy who like I did it to so long ago, and like he ended up being in his own trauma and yeah, being a drug addict. Let's talk about it. I don't knock nobody for what they do, but y'all gonna quit playing on my time. If you really want to beef with me, beef over me over something that makes sense, like money, like money, money. Let's beef over the fact that you like tried to run me over with your car, or like my daughter, or some shit that I really care about. But a guy, I'm never gonna care about that. So moving right along. Um, I was questioning this year, like, damn, I am falling out with a lot of friends. I'm having a lot of friends I'm falling out with. But the reality is God don't put people in your life just for them to remain there or for you not to question their loyalty, right? Sometimes you have people in your life that really showed you what an authentic friend is. And I say that to say, um, we go around and we claim people as our kids and our family members, but when we got to talking about that, I had to let one of my sons go. I had to let one of my sons go, dearly departed, didn't miss him, didn't. I had to soon realize when people group themselves with a group of people who may not like you and they speak ill of you, it gets infectious. It gets like a virus. They all instantly not starting to like you, right? And if a son of mine is mad because I post a picture with somebody he may not like, you can't be my child anymore. And let's take the record clear. It's not like they had beef or they were mad or anything of that. And a female. We gonna talk about that too. I don't understand what's this new revelation with a lot of gay males wanting to beef with trans women, wanting to harm trans women, want to be combative with trans women. You don't even talk like that with other butch queens. So why do you feel like me as a lady, I'm about to come out of my character with you? I'm not gonna do it. What I would probably do is go get another man that you can say whatever you want to, and y'all can handle it the way you will. But I am as a lady not about to address nothing that a guy has to say to me. That's just not a thing for me. But we gonna go back to I really had to question why my son was so upset. And he didn't really have a valid reason. The real reason why he was mad is because he didn't like my best friend. And that's simply okay. You don't have to like my girl in order to like be cool with me because I'm not even gonna group y'all in the same area or the same room. What I will say is when you get to being a community member and you want to talk about how you here for the community, but you misgender and trans women, that is a problem for me, and I just stand on what's right. And I feel like that was just not a good thing. You don't misgender trans women in the moment of a disagreement. It's other things that you can talk about. And so, when he brought up my custody battle and my daughter, that's just a line and a boundary I don't come back from with anyone. So I would be disrespecting my daughter to be friends with a person who wants to speak on her when you live. I was there for you. You live with me. I've always had your back. Like, and so when we ended the thing and everybody seen it on Facebook, I had just simply said there's a lot of things I could say. Right? There's a lot of things I could say about you, but I'd rather not. If I ever said that I loved you, I don't have to air you out on Facebook. I don't have to make a show or everything in it. But people get mad once you tell your side of the story. They be quick to want to run and tell everybody about how you're this horrible person and how they don't like you. And you bandwagon bitches, y'all always get on the bandwagon and y'all just love to eat it up. But then when Mouthy started talking, now it's a problem. Now I'm the bad person. Well, I'm okay with that in 2022. So I do not miss you as like my child or anybody that I know. I actually am really disappointed in who you grown to become because I feel like you had a bright future. You had a really bright future and you allowed yourself to be peer pressured into drugs. You allowed yourself to be peer pressured into being like a sex addict. You've allowed yourself to just fall into a crowd that you thought was the in crowd and had influences with people that you thought could be a better parental person for you. But where has that got you, babe? It got you nowhere. So that was enough on him. He didn't that was a bad situation. And then we move into my other friend. Y'all just was always eating him up and he was always around me and 24/7. Oh, yes, Mr. Ty Lee Frames. I love Ty. I really did love him in a way that like I had never really loved a person before. When I say he was my ace coon boom, like every day we was rocking, we was doing what we need to do, and I really like wanted us to win together. Where you saw me, you saw him. Um, yeah, I wanted to. But there's only a level of disrespect you can take in any form of a relationship. And I don't do well with people talking crazy to me. So when we had our altercation right after we had our episode on the show, we were in a restaurant, we had words, we went our way. I did leave. I will take accountability and say I did leave him at the restaurant because I felt like that was the best solution for the situation. I left him right at the restaurant because the last thing you're going to do is ever disrespect me and think that by any means any of my resources is going to help you, right? Um so sometimes you have to just let people be in their craziness. And I feel like so much time has passed since that altercation. Um us ever rekindling our friendship probably would never happen. For several reasons. One, I know a lot of his frustration behind why he talked to me or how he showed up for me was because of his reality. And sometimes when people are not happy with their reality, they end up um always attacking the people closest to them. And so nothing about his reality had changed, right? So, he's still in that relationship that y'all send me clips of and how it's abusive and toxic. And that person didn't like me. So that was an added stress that I didn't need, right? Like if a butch queen is constantly in your DMs or talking about they're gonna beat your ass or spit on you because they think you and the guy is fucking, I don't got time for that, baby. I'm just trying to help this man. I am just trying to help him be the best version of himself. I'm helping him trying to sell these glasses, believe in his dream, and us look fly while doing it. I was a genuine ass friend. I've always was rooting for him. But there's only a level of disrespect I'm gonna take from anybody. So with that being said, when he had no place to go, I let him live with me, and then he had to go after that altercation. So you have to, and even in that moment of us just airing out things and leaving things be, you felt the need to want to keep continuing to talk disrespectfully to me, and that's just not a thing that I'm here for. So we'll never be friends, and regardless of what narrative he wants to put out there. I genuinely loved him and I wish him the best. There's no love lost or none of that. But the reality of the situation is I was a damn good friend to you and I didn't deserve how you treated me. And I don't miss stopping my life to always help you when you and your boyfriend is in kerfuffle. So with that being said, y'all don't have to ask about me. Please go support him. Go support Tylee Frames. Y'all be trying to be cute and funny. All the girls that was chasing behind him, that is your opportunity. You do not have to ask me. You go directly to him and get whatever glasses you need. And then there was In the Mix, right? In the Mix podcast. I cannot believe I'm doing this, Jamie, because I be just holding shit in and I just never want to address it. But shit, now I got diarrhea at the mouth and I don't care. But in the Mix podcast, I really love them because I've known them for a very long time. I was excited for other podcasters to like be able to collaborate with them and like figure out how we could help each other grow and like build our brands, right? But the reality is, even if you're in the same lane with somebody, you might be being genuine and wanting to help them, but really they only looking at you as an opportunity. And I say this to say this. Um, One of the members of in the mix felt like I liked him, but he never had addressed the whole situation to me. And that's why I really don't deal with toxic masculinity, hetero men that's cisgender, because how dare you think that you are so attractive that I would want you? You're not the only man. First of all, let's call a spade a spade. You're not the only man that could get a trans woman, first and foremost. I'm not an easy trans woman to get. Like I know it may seem hard to understand or explain, but trans women got standards. We don't just always want to hop on dicks, regardless of the ones you see doing survival sex work, the ones you see in pornos. Like some women actually have standards and don't want you. Um, and I'm very direct. I'm a very direct, blunt person. So if I ever wanted you, I would have let you know. Two, I would never want somebody who fucked behind Jenny Job. That is just something I simply would not do. Um, Cause yeah, that is just trash within itself. But I love Manny. I don't have nothing bad to say about Manny. Roderick, I loved you as well, but I think there was moments about who you were as a person that like I just felt like you would just watch me. You would just watch how I navigated Mouthy, the things I would come up with, and you would duplicate that. And like they say, um, being copied is the sincerest form of flattery, but it do get irritating in a point when it's like it's three of y'all and it's one of me, and like my platform is completely different than y'all's. And when like I asked for support for my like event, I didn't hear anything from you. And then you came back after you made your event a week before the date you thought my event was. And then you tried to do the whole day on the same day of Mouthy Monday and all of those type of things. And it was just like we could have had a conversation about that. Like we could have had a conversation. So I just decided. And then when me and Talib fell out, y'all wanted to have him on y'all platform when y'all already had another entrepreneur on there. So it was like I just felt like y'all didn't have any loyalty to or sensitivity to the situation at hand. So I had to just let y'all go and move forward. But I do wish y'all the best. Everybody go listen to In the Mix podcast. Um, and they keep growing. Now they got a fourth member with another lady. Shout out to Lataya. That's my girl. Have fun. Um, but yeah, even with that being said, a lot of people don't know how much stuff it takes behind like building a brand and being a podcast. So when you see all these people who feel like they want to do what you do, that's okay. I'm willing to help. I will show you everything, but you also got to give credit where credit is due. You can't just keep trying to like backdoor bitches that works hard or underplay them and don't see nobody say it. I just didn't care because Mouthy gonna be Mouthy regardless who listens or tune in. And the biggest thing with my platform, everybody like mess. Everybody like mess and drama, and I try not to even get myself involved in that type of lane, but I do recognize that we have to start addressing shit as it come up because I don't want people to get the misconception that I'm a pushover or I'm just a person who easily you can disrespect because that's just not simply me. And I'm pretty sure one messy ass episode of Mouthy compared to all the other ones will not be a bad thing. Who else do I want to address this year? Because it was a lot. It was a lot. I think that's it for now because you bitches be tired. But in other news, I have something important to wash down all that negative drama right here, you guys. So I am going to do a mouthy giveaway um, for Christmas. It is going to be Mouthy Merry Christmas or a Merry Mouthy Christmas. Yeah, I think I like a Merry Mouthy Christmas. So yeah, what we're gonna do is I think if you comment Merry Mouthy Christmas on here and share this video, on Christmas, I will pull a names of all the people who commented a Merry Mouthy Christmas, and you will get a shirt and some swag, some Mouthy shirts, and swag from myself and my friend at the Rose Effect clothing line, and bonus, you would get a hour massage from Monsieur on the go. So I think that's just my way of giving back during the Christmas season, outside of the people who wasn't able to come to a warm, feastful Christmas. Just to say thank y'all for listening to me and rocking with me, because y'all don't even know. Like when I was at the bar and people was coming up to me, it was like, I love your podcast. That means a lot to me because like I'm only like a year in for real of like really doing this thing consistently. I love that y'all fuck with me. I love that I don't have to be messy outside of today. Um and I love that I can be my authentic self and people respond to it. Some that goes to show that some people want a little bit things outside of mess. We already know who the messy bitches in our community is. That's why like they don't get nowhere. But anywho, um, with that being said, I'm gonna do the drawing. So remember to share this video. Remember to comment a mouthy Merry Christmas. And you might be a lucky one who might get some clothes and a massage for the holidays. So I'm really, really excited for that. What things are you excited for? You're looking forward to, Jamie, for the new year?
We haven't had people in the house in forever, and
Okay.
normally my wife is one of 8, and we usually have lots and lots of people. And this year we're having lots and lots of people again. So
Nice.
really looking forward to that. So that and a new space.
Yes, new things
The
are brewing.
podcast Your Voice studios are shifting a little bit. So
Okay. Yeah.
moving down the road and a little bit more elbow room.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm actually excited to see how Mouthy grow in the new year. I feel like now I want bigger and better things. I want bigger and better guests. I don't think I'm going to focus solely on Detroit anymore because the reality is y'all don't fuck with me. Some of y'all do, but the reality is more y'all hate me than the ones that actually like me. And that's been able
Oh.
to no, don't all. That's been the motivating factor behind it. That's been keeping me going.
Congratulations.
Yeah, you hoes gonna see me even what when you don't see me, you what? You hear me. So they don't want to act like they listening, but I know they do because it bothers them. Um but I say that humbly. So for anybody who might have people who don't understand their logic, what they do, don't like them for whatever reason, it is okay. Recently we had an event, we had a Friendsgiving event, and it was the first time that I felt like I experienced this new thing of like how butch queens or like gay males really be waiting for a second to, I don't want to say attack because I'm not no weak ass bitch, but be combative with trans women, right? um and the saddest reality of the whole thing was that it was in my own home, right? The worst thing you could ever do to a person is disrespect them in their own home. But as a woman, I wanted to take that L, right? Like I just took the L, like it is okay. Whoop whoop whoop. And one thing you got to know about me is that, like, if you disrespect me publicly, I expect you to apologize publicly. And that's period. And I know you can't, like, make a grown person apologize in that moment, but shit, if you turned up on me, then 9 times out of 10, that relationship is done. I don't think there's like, I think we need to practice as people how to let go of toxic relationship. And you got to call out bullshit. Like if you just see a person constantly taking shady ass remarks at y'all, cause y'all call it shade and kikiing. But a bitch that's kikiing too much on your time, she really don't like you, sis. Like you gotta recognize when she really don't like you. And I've learned that a lot of bush queens hang around trans women just for the pieces of trade that they know comes with us, or the guys that they secretly want to have with, or whatever the dynamic is. Um, but sis, you ain't gotta use me. You can just simply go chase after the dick and fingers crossed that you get him. You don't have to attack me. I'm not your threat. I don't wish you no ill will. But what happens to all the other bush queens that proclaims to be men that don't stand up in moments where they see a trans woman being disrespected? I question that. That be that transphobia that comes up. That is that violence against trans women, those microaggressions that y'all just turn a blind eye to. But then it's always trans women that's stepping into um diffuse situations when it comes to butch queens and how y'all move and operate just so shit don't go left. Well, we got to stop doing that, ladies. You got to start giving everybody the same energy they give you, whether that's business or financial. Oh, yeah, that was another thing. Back to the hating crew. I got to give them a name. Like, these hoes need a name. The petty pack. I'm gonna call y'all hoes the petty pack. The petty pack is bitches that I be having to work with, and the reality of the situation, they don't like me or my homegirl, but they'll never say that they like have a real issue, but everything that they do is underlined that they have an issue. But with the petty pack, they had went to my employer and told my employer something about my live, or I had commented on Madison Live. That's what it was. I commented on Madison Live and I said, "Oh girl, you airing it all out." That's all I said. And I just laughed at what she was saying because anybody who know Maddie, she could go from 0 to 100 real quick. So I ain't feel like I said anything wrong. But the petty pack had went back and made an issue that Madison was saying something. She ain't say nothing. All she did was give roses where roses was due. If y'all hoes really wanted to like do this work in a way that was meaningful and like whatever, if you want to cut ties with Maddie, cut ties with her. But you can't be mad and come after me because I want to help her. I been said that when I was in the group chat that I wanted to help her. Y'all bitches said that she would never stay a girl and she gonna get out of drag real quick and do all this and all that. And what's she doing? She still her. She on her hormone. She trying to work. She getting her life together. And every turn she turn around, somebody got an issue with her. Let that girl be. She's trying to find her way. And if you're not gonna lift her up, damn sure don't tear her down. And damn sure don't come for me for helping her. Them the people we supposed to be helping. How you an activist, but you don't want to help the girls that has that trauma. That's a little combative. You want to keep judging her from shit she did back in the day. We done all had a past. We done all done something. Get over it. There's going to be moments that we don't like each other. But if you can't set aside your pride, how do you call yourself? I heard this from Nkenge. How do you call yourself an activist if there's a moment where you got to help a bitch you don't like? I help a lot of you bitches I don't like, and I don't think nothing about it. And we go back and kiki la la and talk about each other and all of that. But stop it. So I was trying to tell my employer that I am a lady first. I am a lady first. My brand, I'm very tasteful when it comes to my brand. I've only stopped giving a fuck today. Okay. I've just only had enough and the straw on the camel's back broke today. Um, but I would definitely just say that like that's not cute. Y'all first made it seem like I was stealing in front of white people, let's call it what it is, as all black trans women or trans women of color. If we don't have a united front with each other, or are we at least seeing that we can get along and people can trust us, how the fuck you gonna turn around and tell somebody that's Caucasian, I'm stealing $20 gift cards? That's not cute. That's not cute at all. That's hurtful, and that set us back. But well, really, it set y'all back. I just leave y'all hoes where y'all at because I just be like, whatever. And then on top of that, you're mad because I blocked you on social media. You can't do shit like that. You can't call me a thief and expect to be on my social media to watch other things to go run and tell my employer. Stay off my shit. You don't have to watch me. I don't watch none of you bitches I don't like. Not near one of you. Um, so, and I just simply keep it at that. It's not even a lot of hoes that I have beef or issues with. I simply block you, keep it moving. So, ladies, in 2022, you don't like a bitch, she acting weird, just block her and keep it moving. Let her send one of her minions to spy on you or make a catfish page to follow you. Then you know she a fan. Other than that, the petty pack, I wish y'all the best. But like I said, one thing I'm really looking forward to in the new year is how I evolve. Like how I evolve as I really want to make a lot of money this new year, Jamie. Like I sometimes underestimate how much money there is to actually make in this world. And I used to let my transness kind of like scare me from like seizing opportunity or bringing my full self forward because I was black and I was trans. But now the sky is the limit. I want to meet all the people that's in connection. I want to change my circle. So if y'all not people who want to like develop brands and be successful and positive, you gonna notice that your ass gonna get left in the dust with Mouthy. I don't want to be nowhere around that shit. I only want to be around people who want to uplift other people. I only want to be around people who can be authentic and genuine with themselves. Maddie might be a lot of things, but she's true to herself. She don't change. She don't waver. Y'all hoes may not like what she say, but a lot of that shit be true. Stop putting her in a position to have that information if you don't like her. If you don't like her, simply just pay her no attention because what you do, you take yourself down when you argue with people who you feel like, okay, listen, y'all, you take yourself down when you argue with people who you seem less than. Y'all don't see Mouthy arguing with damn bitch on social media. Y'all don't see me out at no bar fighting. I'm pleasant to damn near everybody. Even if I don't like you, I'm going to say hello and goodbye. You're a human being. You deserve that. So I'm just saying, with moving into the new year, y'all try and do better than what you did. Slow down off that coke because that's not getting y'all nowhere. And finally, if you can't beat them, you damn sure don't got to join them. Do take my skills from it. When I couldn't beat them, I built something different. Okay, I built my own lane. I created an avenue for myself because them hoes didn't see it for me. And just like they didn't see it for me back then, don't see it for me now. Oh, can we talk about it, y'all? Can we talk about how all y'all jumping on that table? Ooh, all of y'all is jumping on these tables, getting these titties and all of this and all of that in the facial films. And then y'all want to turn y'all nose and tits, your nipples down at other people. Why? Why y'all turning y'all what? You ain't been that girl back then, and you ain't that girl because you off the table. And I'm only saying that so nobody ever have to question what the fuck I say. You're not that girl then, you're not that girl now. So stop it. Because a pair of titties don't change you. Y'all need to start doing a little bit more work on your souls, y'all morals, y'all values. Stop demeaning these girls. Stop fucking behind your friends for one and two. Um and simply just do better because every time I get a chance that I'm gonna say something and I'm gonna call your ass out, I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna say it like it is, and you may not like it, but y'all bitches is too old to be acting like that. Some of y'all damn near 40 and 50, and I'm confused. I'm confused as a community. I'm gonna let y'all know y'all making us all look bad. Y'all making us all look bad to keep speaking vile into the community. So when straight people watch y'all different lives and y'all out in spaces and y'all bring these straight people to the club and you talking down on the next girl, bitch, that don't make you shine no brighter. That don't make you that girl. You look mad and you look pressed. And you ain't popped a grape. Y'all hoes always talking about, oh, I'm gonna beat her ass, I'm gonna do X, Y, Z. Y'all don't do shit. Y'all don't do shit. So focus on getting you a house, building your credit, getting your bodies together. Well, y'all trying, but that's another thing too. Y'all come up off these tables and y'all still look the same. Like you ain't even got no work. But I ain't gonna keep y'all too much because I don't want to give y'all this spirit bug that I got. But you hoes gonna stop playing with me because it's your girl, Miss Mouthy. And even when you what? Don't see me, you hear me. Till next time. Bye.